Right now, the day's biggest news stories from a Vegas perspective. This is the Vegas Take with Sharp and Shapiro.
All right, welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. So glad you could join us. Also have Chris Wien in studio as well. You know, it's amazing. It was 8 days ago that we lost 9 people in that tragic helicopter crash. And, you know, I'm having trouble calling it an accident. It could have easily been prevented. And, yes, many accidents could be prevented. But it's wrongdoing, quite frankly. You know, when somebody goes through a stop sign, somebody goes through a red light, sure, you call it an accident. But it's a preventable accident, and that's exactly what took place here. As we learn more information about this horrific crash that took place, Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gigi, and 7 others, we're learning that the pilot should have never been up there. Just call it for what it is. The helicopter was not equipped to fly in those conditions, and the pilot was not equipped to fly in those conditions. And we're learning more information that basically speaks to if anybody suffered. Well, here's what we're learning, and it's very sad. The NTSB is saying that when the helicopter hit the hill there, the helicopter was still intact, meaning it didn't go into pieces or anything, and then it had to drop 1,000 feet. Now, I'm no scientist here, but dropping 1,000 feet, even in a helicopter, takes a few seconds, maybe 5 seconds, maybe 6 seconds. I don't know. What I think it is fair to say at this point is after they hit that hill, there's a good chance that they were still alive. And the helicopter was intact. That's what the NTSB is saying. The helicopter exploded not on impact with the hill, but on impact when they hit the ground. Again, it was a 1,000-foot drop. So the reports that I've heard, and I don't know if they're true or not. It wouldn't surprise me if they're true. I did see one photo that has since been removed from the internet, but it's a photo I saw of what appears to be Kobe Bryant's dead body holding on to his daughter. I don't know. It hasn't been verified. But that would not shock me one bit. Those are obviously gruesome details, but it goes to show you that to the last second, Kobe was protecting his daughter, which is what he did with his entire family. But I want to speak a little bit about, and that's the latest on the investigation, and we'll learn more as it goes on. But it appears to me that the pilot, you know, it was wrongdoing on his part. Should have never happened in the first place. It's a horrible tragedy that was preventable. With that being said, the company that owns those helicopters has grounded all of their choppers, and they are probably going to be out of business. There's going to be lawsuits. It's not going to bring anybody back. On another sad note, Kobe Bryant's wife, I think this is a good thing. If you see the memorial and all the jerseys and the candles and the stuffed animals and everything that has been right outside the Staples Center, Kobe Bryant's wife has asked for all those items, which I think is great because everyone that wrote on the board and wrote thoughts and prayers with the family and all the other nice notes, Kobe's wife, Vanessa, is going to be getting all that stuff, except for the flowers, and even the flowers are going to be planted outside the Staples Center. So I think that's great. I think the way they're handling it is great, and I think Vanessa deserves all that stuff because it shows the outpouring of love and support for people all over the world are going to miss Kobe, of course, his daughter, and the 7 others. So that's certainly a good thing. So LeBron James and the Lakers had a game against the Portland Trailblazers on Friday night.
Well, it was the first game back.
Yeah, it was the first game back, and they canceled the game, the Lakers and the Clippers, which I thought was the appropriate thing to do. Going into the game, I didn't think there was any chance that the Lakers were going to lose, and because I thought they were going to win the game for Kobe. And I understand the Trailblazers are one of the hottest teams in the NBA. They're a very good playoff team, and I also understand that Damian Lillard is one of the hottest players in the NBA. Well, the Blazers just went in there, and they just took care of business, man. I'm sorry, but if you're LeBron James and the Lakers, I know how difficult and emotional that game must have been. You have to win that game.
No, I disagree. Look, it's the basketball secondary, though, Brian, right? And we're going to get into why the basketball is secondary. The fact that they played the game, yeah, obviously it was get back to work kind of thing. It was, get your frame of mind back where you can get onto a basketball court and be competitive. But it was absolutely second nature as far as the outcome of the game.
All right, well, I'm telling you right now, if Michael Jordan lost his life and it was a night where Kobe Bryant and his team was honoring Michael Jordan in any way, shape, or form, I believe Kobe would have won the game. But anyway, that's here nor there. I want to get to LeBron James' comments. These were LeBron James' comments speaking from the heart here before the game started in front of everybody in the arena at Staples Center. Here it is.
Now, I got something written down. They asked me to kind of stay on course or whatever the case may be, but Laker Nation, man, I would be selling y'all short if I read off this, so I'm going to go straight from the heart.
All right, I think it's good to speak from the heart. I don't have a problem with that. But here's going on, and it seemed like he was speaking a little bit about himself, included with Kobe Bryant. Here's where I have a little bit of a problem with LeBron James' comments. Play that clip.
Kobe is a brother to me, and from the time I was in high school to watching him afar, to getting in this league at 18, watching him up close, all the battles that we had throughout my career, the one thing that we always shared is that determination to just want to win and just want to be great. And the fact that I'm here now means so much to me. I want to continue along with my teammates to continue his legacy, not only for this year, but as long as we can play the game of basketball that we love, because that's what Kobe Bryant will want.
All right, so here's my thoughts on that. I have no doubt that LeBron James, this is a very difficult time for him. I know that he was fairly close to Kobe, and I don't doubt that for 1 second. And LeBron James, in opening up his school, he's done some good things for charity. My personal opinion is LeBron James will never be Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant has touched far more people than LeBron James has. With that being said, LeBron is going to go down as one of the best players of all time. But I don't want to hear, this is just my personal opinion, I don't want to hear before a Lakers game about LeBron James' battles on the court with Kobe Bryant. I don't want to hear about that. I also don't want to hear about his determination to win along with Kobe Bryant's determination to win. This isn't about LeBron James. I also don't want to hear about, well, I'm here now. This isn't about you, LeBron. This is about Kobe. Well, now, if you want, if you want to talk about, I got to start playing basketball because of Kobe Bryant. I met Kobe Bryant at this point in my career. This is what he meant to me. That's great. I just didn't like it, and I thought it was a little short. It was like 4 minutes, and I'm sorry, I'm not a LeBron James guy. I'm just not.
Clearly.
It's clear about that.
Last time I checked, LeBron's not a monologist. No, he's not going to go on a 10 to 15 minute monologue. That's not going to take place.
Why not?
Because he's not a monologist. Like I said, that's just not. He's not good at that type of stuff.
What do you mean? What do you mean? He talks all the time.
He's not for 15 minutes about a subject. He's not a public speaker.
What are you talking about?
Those
he
respects.
speaks to the media for 30 minutes a day.
About something different. He's not getting paid $1 million per appearance like a Bill Clinton, for example.
This isn't about money. You're supposed to be speaking from the heart.
My thoughts on this are: you expect perfection clearly,
no, I
consistently.
Don't want. Okay.
Now that being said,
no, I don't. That's ridiculous.
Are you gonna let me finish?
But you're making ridiculous claims. Did you hear Tracy McGrady talk about him? Did you hear Shaquille talk about him?
Expect perfection. Brian,
no, I don't.
LeBron James is a Laker now, right? He is the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. He has taken the torch from Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James, what he did there was he validated himself as to why he's the one up there making this speech about Kobe Bryant, why it wasn't Phil Jackson, why it wasn't one of the buses, why it wasn't someone who owned the Lakers. That's why LeBron James made the speech that he did, and I have no issue with that whatsoever, what he said.
Okay, well, hold on a second. You said perfect. Okay, Shaq.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I have no issue with this.
Can I talk?
This didn't go this way. This didn't go this way. I expected to go this way. Oh, this was it was a 60 instead of a 95. Like that. That's how you operate with a lot of different subjects.
You were judging the speech that was made off the cuff, Brian.
You were critiquing his speech.
Yes, I am. Okay, first of all, Shaquille O'Neal had a very volatile relationship with Kobe Bryant. Hasn't spoken to him in 3 years. Did you see the way Shaq talked about Kobe?
He's a different guy. Shaq's a different guy than LeBron is.
Let me finish. Did you see the way Derek Fisher talked about LeBron James? Did you see the way Tracy McGrady talked about?
Again,
Brian, they're coming at it from a different perspective.
These guys
let me ask you a question.
They're not playing the game currently. They're out of the league. LeBron James is still in the league. He plays for the team that Kobe. That's why they're there, to watch the basketball game. They want to watch the Lakers. LeBron James plays for the Lakers, Brian.
Well, I'm going to tell you something,
and that's why he was validating why he's making this speech right now, because he had a lot of battles against Kobe Bryant, and clearly he said that Kobe Bryant inspired him. I'm not a huge LeBron James guy either, but I have no problem with what he did.
Okay, well, he said he swore, and then he said, I want to speak from the heart, and he said,
chucked the notes away.
Okay, and he said he wanted to get the names right. That's fine. I got no problem with that. I think that warranted more than a 4-minute speech. I didn't want to hear about his personal battles with Kobe in his career. I didn't want to hear about how he's here in L.A. now. I didn't want to hear about how me and Kobe are great because that's what he said.
Brian, you just pointed that out in a 4-minute diatribe, right? Like before we just talked about this. Yes, we understand that's your personal opinion, but we also have a perspective also, and our perspective is that once you throw the notes away, you're going to have some type of leeway if you're LeBron James.
And
you're going to be going, you're speaking from the heart. He was speaking from the heart. And so he was basically,
4 minutes.
It was a situation where he was talking, yes, obviously he's going to reflect on his relationship with him and Kobe because he's coming from his own personal perspective. It wasn't a situation where LeBron was trying to focus on himself. He was talking about his relationship with Kobe Bryant.
Well, let me just say
this. Now that he is, and to JD's point, he is now the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James is. That's why he was making the speech. That's why he was in that position, and he was doing it off the cuff. This wasn't something that was written down. So you got to give him a little bit of space on that.
And think about the form now. If this was at a funeral of some sort, and he started talking about basketball at a funeral. And talking about their battles, but before the Lakers game,
this isn't about basketball.
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
Then why did it happen? Then why did it happen right before a Lakers game?
Well, I'll answer that.
Why did they choose the face of the Lakers to give this to give this monologue, this very slight monologue before the Lakers game? Again, I would have an issue if it was in a different setting. This was before the Lakers game at the Staples Center.
That was LeBron James' choice. He chose not to speak to the media. He chose to make a 4-minute speech. Let me just say this. Some of Jason Stein, our producer, some of his visits to massage parlors have lasted longer than LeBron James and his speech right before that basketball game.
So
hold on, let me
JD,
finish.
Brian's critiquing the guy's off-the-cuff speech
that he
made on the court.
Let me finish and let me be
short.
The basketball player.
Right? That's what you're doing.
So let me finish.
Not the actor,
I'll let you,
the basketball player.
Yeah, you can respond.
Let me finish and let me be clear on this and my opinion to LeBron James. I've said it before. He has not touched as many lives as Kobe did, number one. Number two.
It's not a competition between LeBron and Kobe.
Number two, if we're just...
So Brian it is.
You're talking about a competition like between two players. It's not.
Brian's creating
are you going to let me finish?
He's creating an artificial competition.
But you're saying things that are going to be responding to, Brian. When you're saying that, it's not necessarily the point.
He compared himself to Kobe. He compared himself. He talked about the battles they had. He talked about how they're both great.
That's not comparing.
He wasn't using a competition. He wasn't comparing the two players.
But
that's not what his intention was.
Well, let me compare them.
He was explaining where his respect from Kobe Bryant comes from.
Okay, so let me compare then. Let me be very clear on this. This is my opinion.
Be clear, please. Let me be clear.
From a basketball perspective, LeBron James will never beat Kobe Bryant. Okay, if for people out there that you want to put LeBron over Kobe, I could not disagree with you more. That's number one. Okay, number two, he will never have the legacy that Kobe Bryant had. Never.
It's not about the competition. It's not about who has a bigger legacy or is more important.
Telling you,
that's not what it's about.
I'm trying to get through a list of the reasons why I don't respect LeBron as much as Kobe Bryant. You guys aren't allowing me to get through it.
But we're talking about a speech that he made off the cuff on the court to tribute to Kobe Bryant, and you're making this about some huge thing as far as whose legacy's bigger, and LeBron's not respecting Kobe's legacy or something.
Brian is saying that LeBron James was trying to steal the spotlight from Kobe Bryant.
I think he is. Exactly.
That's what he's saying.
That is kind of in essence what you are saying, Brian.
And I don't think that's what happened. I think that LeBron's respect...
And making it about him, right?
LeBron's respect for Kobe originates from the basketball court, and that's what he was explaining.
But I think Brian's trying to insinuate that LeBron James was making it about him on the court, and that is not the case. That's not the impression, Brian, that I got in that short speech that LeBron James made on the court in a tribute to LeBron James off the cuff.
Like I said from the beginning, I do believe that he was being genuine. Like I said from the beginning, I do believe that he had a personal relationship with Kobe. I was very disappointed by his speech when I see former players that have spoken off the cuff as well without any speeches in front of them. I respected it. I thought they did a much better job. What I am trying to tell you is that I didn't think LeBron James, being the face of basketball right now, did a very good job in that moment. I understand he was emotional. I wanted to see a little bit of that more emotion from him. I didn't want to hear about basketball. I thought it was important. If you want to talk about how he got into the league because of Kobe, that's fine. If you want to talk about their relationship over the years, even battles, fine. I didn't think 4 minutes did Kobe Bryant justice. I'm not saying he should have taken 25 minutes. All I'm simply saying is that I was disappointed with that 4-minute speech, and I thought he could have done a much better job. I also don't like it when he said, well, they told me to be on point, but basically F this. Maybe it would have been better if he did read something, because I was disappointed with the speech. And again, as far as legacy goes, nobody will ever convince me, ever, that LeBron will ever surpass Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was a killer on the court. Yes, he got to the league early. It took him a few years to get his feet underneath him. Kobe Bryant, to me, is right there next to Michael Jordan as two of the best basketball players to ever play the game. LeBron will never be there. He could never shoot. I'm going back to basketball for a second, and I just don't like the comparisons. I don't like it.
You're 100% go back to basketball. If you're talking about the legacies in the game of basketball.
And Brian,
hey, I think the JD, it's established. I think Shapiro's a little bit of a LeBron hater here, right?
Which is
let me
fine.
tell you something. Hold on a second, guys.
I agree
Let me
with
tell
a
you.
lot
Hold
of
on a
what
second,
you
guys. Hold on a second, okay? Let me tell you a story real quickly. And the second I stopped rooting for LeBron James, okay? I was at USA Basketball. They were practicing in USA Basketball at Valley High School. I was in that gym. There were only 20 people there. I saw them scrimmaging against each other. It was great. I saw 20 underprivileged kids in the YMCA, and they went up to Kobe Bryant. They waited there for 2 hours just to meet Kobe Bryant. Not only did he sign autographs and take pictures with every single kid in that gym, but he actually spoke to them like he was their own kids. Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? He actually cared. Not only did LeBron James not do that, but he walked right past every single one of them onto the team bus. The second I saw that, and by the way, it wasn't like he had to get anywhere. They were all getting on the same bus. That showed me character. Now, I do believe 10 years ago, LeBron James is probably a little bit of a different person now than he was 10 years ago, and that's fine. But to me, that's not an excuse. To me, that's character. 18-year-old Kobe Bryant, as cocky as he was, and he admitted he was cocky, still would not have done that. He was always great to his fans. I don't think LeBron James is as good to his fans. I think LeBron James at times is extremely selfish.
They also come from different places. They come from LeBron James came from a broken home. Kobe Bryant's dad was in the NBA.
Kobe Bryant hasn't talked to his parents. He doesn't talk to his parents.
I'm saying he didn't come from the situation. LeBron James was extremely poor. Kobe Bryant had money when he was growing up.
What does money have to do with doing the right thing?
I'm just saying they come from different cultures. LeBron
What
James.
What does that have to do with walking past 20 kids and not signing on? Come on, they're all going.
I'm saying LeBron James has a chip on his shoulder. Kobe Bryant does not.
You don't think Kobe Bryant had a chip on his shoulder?
I don't think he had a chip on his shoulder. I think
name me one person that has more of a chip on their shoulder in their career than Kobe Bryant. He was one of the best trash talkers in the history of the game.
That doesn't mean
he wanted to be number one.
That doesn't mean he had a chip on his shoulder. It means he had an aspiration to be the best.
You don't think Kobe conducted himself like he had a chip on his shoulder?
I don't think Kobe Bryant had a chip on his shoulder. And I agree with you. I think on the court, Kobe Bryant stayed with the same team for 20 years. He played with terrible players. He didn't ask to be traded. He didn't ask to get talent around. LeBron James has gone to 3 different teams, and he's basically begged. He said, "I need a big 3 to win a championship."
Exactly.
Kobe Bryant he would never kick out a coach because he didn't like him. LeBron James did that, and
that's character.
And that's fine. And I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is LeBron James in this particular speech did nothing wrong.
Let's take a quick phone call. 702-257-5396 is the number to call. Again, 257-5396. Let's go to Dylan. Dylan, you're next up on the Vegas Take.
Hey, Brian and the boys. I would implore you to look on YouTube tonight and see Randy Moss's condolences and thoughts of Kobe Bryant. And I agree with him. And as he chokes up and tears up, as we all felt the same way for this lovely father and player, Kobe Bryant, when you see him adrenalized in his greatest moments in the games and he's sweating and his teeth are gnashing, one-on-one, he could whoop ass on LeBron or Michael Jordan.
Agree.
And if you doubt me, you got to see Randy.
Dylan, I don't doubt you at all. In fact, I agree with you, and that's why I put Kobe right next to Michael Jordan.
Player.
If he's not the greatest,
I'm not going to try to not hurt Michael Jordan's feelings anymore. He's an icon.
Well, Dylan, let me just say this.
Is a man.
I agree, Dylan. And by the way, it was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in talking about Michael Jordan said cares more about humanitarian issues or cares more about Nike than humanitarian issues. We're taking your phone calls at 702-257-5396. Again, that number 257-5396 if you'd like to join the program.
But going back to your story, Brian, is Dylan still there, by the way, on the phone lines? Is he still there?
No.
Okay, well, going back to your story, Brian, that you told about LeBron James, it is safe to say, right, that you do now have, after you told that story, as far as USA Basketball and, the reception with the kids, you do have a preset opinion as far as LeBron James going into the situation, right? Is that not right?
You definitely have a bias.
Yes. He has you have a preset
based
view
on personal
LeBron
experience.
James from personal experience that is a negative connotation.
Well,
with respect to LeBron James.
Listen, I've had personal experiences. I've seen LeBron and I've seen Kobe. I've interviewed Kobe over a dozen times. I've been around them, not as much as I would have liked to have been, but around them enough to see their mannerisms. And
but you understand my point. As far as
I do, 257-5396 is the number to call. Let's go to Michael. Michael, you're next up on the Vegas Take. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Michael here again, long-time listener and caller.
Thank you.
Just a couple things. just a question for you, Brian. Only you can answer this. I don't know, because it sounds like you have some type of disgruntlement with LeBron. So maybe
I do.
That might have been.
I do.
Okay,
I do. Here's
Fair
why. And I gave you my story. All right, go ahead, Michael.
No, I heard your story.
Yep.
And I appreciate and respect it. I don't mean to cut you off. I just know you're short on time.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Reference to speech, I think we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. It was a good speech for what he did in the moment. The mitigating circumstances there is before a game, adrenaline pumping. He's missing Kobe, adrenaline pumping. He's hurting, adrenaline pumping. So he did the best he could and with what he had at the time. I think if the situation was setting and difference, like in a press conference that had calmed down after a game, I think you would have got what you wanted to hear.
I totally agree.
I mean, perhaps, Michael, but here was my problem. Michael, here was my problem with the speech. I don't want to hear about how they're both great. I don't want to hear about their battles on the court. I don't want to, when you're speaking and if you only have 5 minutes to talk, I don't want to hear about, well, you're here in LA now and this and that. This shouldn't have been about LeBron James. If you want to,
know what I heard? You know what I heard when I heard LeBron say that? LeBron is a confident person. He knows how good he is. And for him to say that somebody he had a battle with on the court is him giving the utmost respect to his opponent.
Exactly.
I think that's how I saw it, honestly.
All right, well, I'm just saying that I was a little bit disappointed in the speech, and I see these other guys like Derek Fisher, Shaq, Tracy McGrady,
of course.
a lot of players
but these guys aren't suiting up before games.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter because they're on. But Brian, they're on the basketball court, right? About to play a basketball game. Yep. Both of these players, so much of their identity is wrapped up in the game of basketball. So yes, if it was, let's put it this way, Brian, if it was LeBron James, say 2 or 3 days earlier in his regular clothes, doing a press conference talking about talking about Kobe Bryant, you'd expect more human type stuff.
Let me ask another question.
You'd expect more day-to-day stuff. But before 100%. A basketball game, he's going to talk about basketball.
All right, well, let's talk about that. Michael, let me ask you a question. Did you think LeBron James played with a ton of heart Friday night?
He looked like he played hurting, to be honest with you.
Well, my opinion.
It's tough.
The whole team probably played that way, right?
And dude, Damian Lillard dropped 48. He had 48, 10, and 9.
That's because the Lakers. That's because they didn't play any defense.
No, that's because Damian Lillard's had the best 6-game stretch in the history of the NBA. Brian,
watch that game again and tell me the Lakers played good.
Damian Lillard's on his way to be the MVP. He did the same thing to the Jazz, who have a better defense than the Lakers the next game.
Michael, I appreciate the phone call.
Good
Thank
call,
you.
Michael.
Listen, I'll make this comparison again. If Michael Jordan, or let's just say, God forbid, Kevin Durant lost his life, and the Lakers' next game was in Oklahoma City when he was playing in Oklahoma City. Right. And I can tell you right now, if Kobe made a speech, they wouldn't have lost that game. It would have been in honor of one of his fallen comrades. And listen, that's all I'm saying.
Well, it's complete speculation, though. We don't know how the players are going to react on the court.
It's an opinion.
You guys just talked about what happened with both the Blazers and the Lakers. The Lakers' proximity to this is much closer than the Portland Trail Blazers. Michael, the caller, just pointed out how he thought that LeBron James was hurting. I'm sure every other Laker player was hurting. They were so close. Kobe Bryant was a player for the Lakers. The Portland Trail Blazers approach was not the same as the Lakers that night on Friday.
Kobe was L.A.
Exactly.
I mean, he was sports in L.A. for
LeBron
the better
James
part
will never be LA.
of 2 decades, and that's fine. That doesn't make a difference. But right now, he is the face of the Los Angeles Lakers. He was handed the torch by Kobe Bryant, and he did just pass Kobe Bryant's scoring record, for Christ's sake. So, yeah, why would he not make that speech and discuss a lot of why he has the respect for what he has for Kobe from all the on-the-court situations they've been involved in.
Okay, so we got to take a break. I never said he shouldn't have made the speech. I never said that. I thought that the speech could have been a little bit longer. I thought that he could have done a better job. I never said he shouldn't have made the speech.
LeBron Poppins.
So I was just disappointed in the speech, and I think as all Laker fans, you know that the team is going through a lot, but that should have been a game that you should have won for Kobe Bryant. I hope they do win the championship. I speak as a Celtics fan, and I hope the Lakers win the championship this year in honor of Kobe Bryant. I really do feel that way, and I hope LeBron certainly plays better moving forward. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Gerard Gallant making some comments about the surprising firing by the Vegas Golden Knights. We'll talk about that coming up next. You're listening to the Vegas Take.